Today is Thursday, October the 19th of 2017, and I welcome you to this very video where I will be discussing a car theft of Hungarian government conducted against me on February the 19th, February the 20th, on behalf of Vladimir Putin, European neo-Nazis and American neo-Nazis. As I already have published partially the news here, I was very explicit about really who did, how and why. I have not provided anybody with original video, original police report video with which I have supplied Hungarian police on 3 occasions when in Budapest. That is right, I have notified 3 police stations about my car being illegally towed away from so-called free parking space in Budapest. Yeah, there is actually such a thing as free parking space in Budapest, and that's exactly the location of this parking space on the day when I did filed for political asylum against European Union. And I did blame it all on European Union, but fact of the matter is that what you see right here, if you're gonna take time to read this, it actually confirms that the one involved in this sadistic, crazy procedure against me in Hungary more than anybody is Viktor Orban. Viktor Orban presents himself as a close friend of Vladimir Putin, as you know, I'm sure. These are 2 things he likes to talk about. One is Putin and another one is Soros. I would define an individual as a neo-Nazi. I had not had pleasure to meet him, but unfortunately he met me when abducted to Slovenia and brought also to Hungary, to Budapest. That's how SIA organized that persecution in Budapest, in SIA hostels that later on led me through 7-day restless, sleepless days, all the way to Poland, Ukraine, and then Belarus. So you have a time, you may want to read this, you may want to go over this stuff and see what you're gonna get out of it. But what is missing here, that's why this video, what is missing there on this report here, supplied on October the 19th of 2017, that is today's date, is the video that, as I have mentioned, I have presented one to no less than 3 police stations in Budapest. One of the police stations that I have provided information about, let's see this, that's right, about my car being illegally towed away as retaliation for my filing for political asylum, also was famous Hungarian online police system where you can file for the where you can inquire, because this free parking lot, this here, is actually a city parking lot that belongs to the Budapest, and so you can acquire video recordings from the city. I'm talking about this here. In a little bit you're gonna see the whole video. So they do have this cameras everywhere, and my car happened to be parked right under this cameras. There were many cameras pointed at my car, and police claimed that I have parked my car somewhere illegally. Just is not credible. Police have declined to assist me with video surveillance, which I have required for that day, and I think they keep videos, records of videos, and a little bit you're gonna see that, I think for up to 8 days actually. So they have greatly misled me. They have tremendously wasted my time. I have lost about 3 days working on this case alone, going to the police stations, recording the video about how the car was stolen, taking pictures, photos and everything so that I could prove that my car was totally stolen, totally illegally. Totally illegally was stolen. And nobody ever got back on hold with me. You can see right here, this is the original report. You can see this very video that in a little bit I'm gonna play to you, and you can see this very email from the Hungarian police. Famous email that where you can go and you can complain. What's interesting to note again is, just look at this here. To this particular police station, my report was submitted on February the 23rd to this one here, but to other police stations the report about the stolen car was submitted the very same night when the car was stolen, because they have stolen one on the very same day as I returned from Hungarian immigration, where I have attempted to apply for political asylum, but I didn't have the right to, because Viktor Orban is neo-Nazis have claimed me that you know, Slovenia is European Union member state, and as such, me as a European Union citizen, I don't have the right to apply in another European Union member state for political asylum. In other words, I cannot claim protection in another European Union state just because I'm citizen of one of the European Union states. What's highly irregular about this whole thing is that Hungarian police never ever got a hold of me, despite my filing police report on 3 police stations, as I have mentioned, very same night, beginning the very same night when the car was stolen, and then the second report was filed the very second day. And on the third day there was another police report that I have filed with this automated electronic system, and boy, it was like this throughout my entire stay in Hungary. So I arrived on February the 14th, and I'm not sure when exactly I left, but I was there for like at least 1 month and a half. So yeah, I was there for at least another month and a half, and Hungarian police never ever got a hold of me regarding this very case. Hungarian police demanded from me like 80 euros or something like that for the car, 20,000 forints, and then I don't know, 5,000 for every day that throughout which, you know, for which my car was impounded, let's put it that way. So day after day this penalties mounted. Of course I could not afford myself to pay for a car that was stolen from the free parking, from the free city parking lot. You know, if they steal the car from there, I didn't have the money. I was totally broke. I barely could pay to stay in those SIA hostels, in which I was forced by Viktor Orban. Now, even if I had money that I could pay them, that I could come up front with, that I would pay for the vehicle that was stolen, my vehicle stolen from free parking lot, I would not pay them that money, simply because there is no guarantee, there's no assurance whatsoever that this very same thing would have repeat against me the very next day, or the day, or I should say, and the day after, and the next day, and so on and so on. So you're not going to go and pay somebody, you know, just a terrorist basically a thug, terrorist, a money, a ransom for stealing your vehicle. Because if you will teach him to do it again. Out of 1,000 vehicles again, my car, on which GPS, global positioning system, was placed, and probably there were quite a few devices, not only one, was stolen. The only car out of, I don't know, 1,000 vehicles that were parked that day on that parking lot, free parking lot. So you're not going to go and pay them, give them, award them for stealing the car. Viktor Orban is the individual, this is a very corrupt individual. This is an individual that is between Syria, between Putin. Please don't say KGB, because Putin is so, I think, anti-KGB. I think this man is a lunatic. He creates his own rules. He's totally violating KGB code. This man is totally off the hook, in my opinion. So I'm not gonna go into KGB. CIA is 1,000 times worse. They tortured me there. They did problems to me. And it went on like that. Then through Ukraine and all the way to Belarus, they cut my backpacks. They quite amazing. I got to say that CIA is much worse than than Putin, even than Putin. Okay. First of all, I'm American citizen, and CIA, John McCain, is using what he calls enemies to hurt, to damage, to kill, to murder US citizens, literally. So if anything ever was worse than Central Intelligence Agency, please, please, please let me know. KGB would have never ever done anything like this to absolutely, I'm not gonna say Russian, no way, but not even American that would immigrate to Russia. Basically what CIA have done to me as an European who immigrated to the United States. So the two, you can never ever compare the two. You can never ever compare. You cannot even compare with Putin's CIA. Okay, this is by far the worst thing ever, despite the stuff that you have read about the Putin over there. It's bad, it's really bad, but it doesn't get any worse than CIA. Psychiatric torture, by the way, was not only on behalf of Vladimir Putin, but went along with the Central Intelligence Agency, with American authorities, because I complain against torture. As an American citizen, I have acquired assistance from American government in Ljubljana, in the city of Ljubljana, on I don't know how many occasions against the psychiatrists here for totally unfounded violence against me. And guess what? I've never ever received any assistance from them. So Central Intelligence Agency, that is by far the worst. The worst country in the world, that is the United States of America. There is no doubt about that. Neo-Nazi state, Nazi state, filled with hatred, bigotry, and any kind of disgusting issues you can only think of. Nothing in this world can compare with the United States of America. Absolutely not. And that's why United States of America is going down. And it's going to go down. It's going to get bad and worse. And even the worst is going to come for the US. This kind of conduct like that, nobody in this world ever have engaged in. Americans like to mention Stalin. Please don't mention Stalin, because Stalin didn't do absolutely anything illegal. Stalin persecuted those who betrayed Soviet Union. In this case, I am persecuted by the traitors of United States of America, literally. So these are completely two opposite poles that simply cannot compare. And you know, when it goes to United States of America, let's be honest, these people are not really traitors. United States of America, look, was founded of Nazism. This is the most Nazi country in the world. This is the country that was built basically on slavery. So, you know, even in that aspect, I understand as a Slav, as a Slavic person from Slovenia, I am animal to them. I'm less than animal to them. I totally understand. I totally get it. Okay? I totally understand. But still, such disgusting conduct, no country, no leadership ever have displayed in this world. All right, so I tell you what, let's go to my police reports, which I have filed. Just recently, I got an email. For the first time, I got an email. And the email arrived on September the 29th. This was from, believe it or not, from Hungarian police. So you're talking, this is September the 5th. They have sent me an email. Now the problem, however, is that just look at my email. My email was packed with job applications from Hungary, and I got to say, Hungarian language, even to me here that I am from Slovenia, and I do love Hungary, Hungarian people, don't get me wrong about this. It's a little bit difficult, okay? Hungarian language is not related to Slovenian, although it can be learned. It's a beautiful language in my opinion, but, and again, it's not related to Slovenian language, and I didn't get any of it. And so all the job engines where I have subscribed myself to, what they were doing all along, even when I already left Hungary, what they would be doing like this, they would be sipping me with what supposedly would be job offers. But I'm going to repeat to you, throughout 2.5 month stay there, 3 months stay, I don't know how long I was, I have never received any job offer or anything like that. I walked Budapest back and forth. I have given numerous resumes out there, but no job ever. This is all Hungarian. No job ever was offered to me. So now you have, I don't know, hundreds of job offers still arriving in my email. And in one of those Hungarian emails that I have received, actually was from Hungarian police, and this one arrived on September the 5th. And so now let's look at this case. This was reported, and so let's look at this case now. That this was reported on February the 20th to them. February the 20th. And so these people have had like almost 8 months. Okay, like after like 8 months, finally the email comes from Hungary. You know, can you imagine? They steal your car, they take away from you your vehicle, your car, and the only thing you get to receive is a little email like this from the Hungary, like after 8 months, where they suggest you, basically suggest you to go and hire yourself attorney. Listen to this, hire yourself attorney in Hungary so he can represent you on Hungarian court. Well, here is the letter. Here's the letter I will present you with, so you can see it. I will try to, I don't know, would I magnify this? I don't know what I would do, because Guess what? I cannot move one. Let me see. Yeah, I finally found a way. They give me like this the letter where they state blah blah blah. Of course, they have my place of birth, everything they give. I give them 3 police reports. And they give me an ultimatum to get back with them by October the 1st of 2017. That's the ultimatum. I got this in September, I don't know, was it the 5th, whatever, and they give you the ultimatum. You gotta get back and hold with us till October the 1st of 2017. If you do not get back with us regarding this, if you don't file for resolution, contested through an appeal filed against the resolution itself or against the judgment, blah 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 blah, what they're gonna do is, I don't even know what they're gonna do. The problem here is that these people should already have returned me my tags from the vehicle, so I could go to the basically the Department of Vehicles here in Slovenia, to the local government, where I would return those tags, and that will be it. But now, because Hungarian government have violated the law yet again, there's a tremendous penalty that threatens me. So because I don't have the tags, because obviously I'm not going to go to Hungary and even pay them for attorney, give them more money so attorney would go on court with me in Hungary or present the case to Hungarian government, you know. Because of this, I might get a terrible penalty. In fact, car is written on my mom's name, and so the one that would face that penalty would be my mom. I paid for the car, but my mom, actually, it's written on her name, so my mom would be facing that penalty. So I was deprived of the car, I was stolen, insurance was paid until the 24th of this month. And in the end, it looks like I'm gonna get punished one more time for the car that was stolen from me by Hungarian government, by the Viktor Orban, because I have attempted to file for political rights, for the right to existence, not political rights, but the right to existence in Hungary. That's what this is all about. And so this is the letter here that they have sent. If you want to bother to read this, but this is a complete nonsense letter. Quite naturally that I cannot sit in the car and go. And beyond anything insane is fact that they did not even bother to send me a letter, you know, a physical letter to my address, to the physical address here in Slovenia, which you have seen in this email alone. They have had. So I don't know what is criminal conduct if this is not conduct, if this is not a criminal conduct, and this is from the Hungarian police. And here is the email that I have returned back with, and I have explained them exactly what my situation was. And no worry, no hurry, this was still sent on September the 29th. Okay? September the 29th. So you're still talking about the next day was the 30th, and then finally the 1st, October the 1st came. So it was sent on time, but then again it didn't make no difference, because again these people never responded back. They pretend like they don't understand anything. I have included in this electronic correspondence the video that you're about to see. and was already given to them on February the 23rd or something like this. And I have also included the original police reports, which I have submitted to can magnify this somehow. Okay, here it is, which I have submitted to Hungarian police stations. So this is pretty insane situation. I don't know why this is now jumping. Let's see this. This is not gonna do it. You know why? Because I did this. It's my fault. Okay, so this were actually original incident reports. This one here was submitted on February the 23rd of 2017. You can see the time, you can see the police, you can see the stamp from the Hungarian police, address, name of the person I have spoken with. This is the other side of the report. It's everything right here. And the day before that, I have stopped at, therefore the car was actually stolen on February the 22nd. Excuse me, am I wrong? It was not February the 20th, but it was on February the 22nd, okay? And so this is totally absurd here. This was reported the same day that the car was stolen from me. So these people have had more than enough time to give me, as I have required from them, as I have asked from them, video recording from the parking lot, from where my car was stolen, and it was stolen by towed by the city, by the subcontractors from the city of Budapest. So this is like totally criminal conduct. Totally criminal conduct. Now the funniest thing of them all is that my mama knew all along that something was wrong about it. Because my mom, who was involved in all this crap, kept, of course, on the side, they tell her how the situation is with me, this and that, and would dig me in my brain for like a month at least, till one day I totally exploded. And I exploded because I realized that there was an email delivered to me for which I did not know. She was actually digging me about the car, let's say, for at least 2 months, not month. And I did everything, absolutely everything she said. I called Slovenian embassy in Hungary on I don't know how many occasions, and I'm going to give you also proofs of that, begging Slovenian ambassador on her behalf if she could assist. I have contacted, later on I have forwarded email because she was not willing to assist me, to Slovenian ambassador, that she was assistant of ambassador in Budapest. I have contacted later on ambassador. Then I have forwarded email also to Ljubljana, to the government, the Slovenian government. I have stopped by here at Department of Vehicles in Novo Mesto and was told that there is nothing they can do about till they get my tags, or they have some sort of proof that I did attempted to, you know, do some kind of procedure regarding the vehicle. I have contacted Free Legal Aid here in Novo Mesto. That was the second step I did. I don't know, third or whatever step, in order to acquire about financial assistance, since I'm not allowed to obtain employment since 2006 already. You can see the date here. I was told basically to go to Hungary and get free legal aid from them instead. There's nothing you can do about. And I did the same at the police station as Department of Vehicle in Novo Mesto have told me to do. and was told the same as the free legal aid have told me, go to the Hungary. Go to the Hungary. So, fact of the matter is here that the whole thing is completely crazy. You can see here the car was stolen on the February the 22nd, and the very same day the car was reported to the Hungarian police. Three police stations, nothing ever done, and now I'm threatened to be fined, to get even, I don't know how much money, I don't know what kind of a fine that they would give me. Well, I did look into Slovenian law as well, and it's very simple. One have to pay 250 euros a penalty, okay? And he got to pay, in addition to 250 euros, whenever the car is not registered, he also have to pay for the removal of the car tags in this case, and also the transportation of the vehicle to, in this case it will be, I guess, to Slovenia from Budapest or something like this. Probably they would also charge themselves for impounded vehicle. I don't even know how much money we're talking about here, because there is no law. That's why like this. The law is whatever is written on the paper, but whatever applies to you regarding the law that is written on the paper is simply crossed out. And whatever implies to the neo-Nazis, like Borut Pahor, let's say, this is a Slovenian neo-Nazi, no different from Putin, on whose behalf he threatened me with a psychiatry on February the 14th. He made me run from Slovenia. You know, there is a time when you have to quit from rating an individual according to his past, according to his association with political party, because Borut Pahor have presented himself, and he presents himself to Slovenian people as member of the past Communist Party member, some supporter of Slavic people and so on. And it's simply a time to move on and take on facts, like hardcore facts. And what we see here is nothing else than a neo-Nazi style, you know, a Nazi, German neo-Nazi style of persecution of an individual. And he does associates himself, he sees himself as no different than Viktor Orban. The difference between the two actually is none. Actually, it's Borut Pahor, the Slovenian Prime Minister, that is much more neo-Nazi than even Viktor Orban. And Viktor Orban is open neo-Nazi, because it was Borut Pahor who engaged with psychiatry against me on behalf of Putin and have ran me out of the country like an animal on February the 14th, again with a third attempt on the forced hospitalization in Slovenia, and is now basically threatening me here with thousands of euros for impounding vehicle penalties, what of course would be even a jail. So you got to be honest at one point that this individual, Borut Pahor, is a hardcore neo-Nazi. Borut Pahor is going to be elected, I should say, re-elected again on the 24th. They already guarantee him victory, and believe me, he is no different from Viktor Orban, no different. And so whatever implies to the neo-Nazis that is written on the paper that they can use as a law against you, against me in this case, that, however, is the law. Therefore, the law is, let's say, the paragraph here in which half of the paragraph would benefit me and the other half of the paragraph would be threaten me if I would not obey first portion of the paragraph. However, the first portion of the paragraph, this is the way the Borut Pahor did on behalf of Vladimir Putin and Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban have assisted him with it. The first portion of the paragraph would not even apply to me, only the second one, therefore only the punishment. So this is the way they do it. I know this is pretty damn nasty. The funniest thing is that Borut Pahor considers himself as a communist. But I can tell you this individual is nothing more than hardcore neo-Nazi. I don't know what they would do with me, and I don't know what. And so my mom, who knew all along about this stuff, because the most disgusting part about all this is that under the MK Ultra, Viktor Orban and American Central Intelligence Agency, they have insisted also on how I'm going to get in trouble, because of actually that my mom is going to get in trouble because of me, because I'm not going to be able to get car tags and so on, etc., etc., etc. And so this is a whole cluster bullshit. That's why I said exploded before, because I did not even know that these people have sent me an email on September the 5th. This is totally insane. Can you imagine that you know that they're going to do something, but you don't know what are they going to do, because nobody informs you anything, and no even physical letter arrives to you, and somebody is gesturing you if what is with the car, what is with the car, what is with the car. And then one day you find an email that was sent to you on September the 5th. Logically, under any circumstances, that victim whose car was stolen should not be worried about being even more penalized, even more punished. But that's just not the case, because the Hungarian government, Viktor Orban, did not go and report a vehicle as stolen. The insurance is still valid, everything is okay, and so they know. So they just subconsciously, they are effing you and effing you and effing you and effing you in the brain. And you get to find an email like this hidden the day before the ultimatum is given to you, that actually till the deadline of the ultimatum, which they give you through some kind of electronic email and stuff like this. I mean, this is just bizarre crazy. I mean, this is, I don't have the words for this stuff. And so this is what Viktor Orban is doing to me on Vladimir Putin's behalf. Make no mistake about that. I have defended Putin and stuff like this. I'm defending him no more. I love Russia, and I'm not going to allow somebody like Putin to deprive me of Russia the way he did already in the past. This is what those abductions were all about. They try to create, piss you off with abductions, with stuff like this. And I was beyond pissed off. And I had John McCain doing that stuff to me, and I had this going against me. I was very upset about absolutely everything. And what happened was, I got my frustration, all my frustration I reimbursed literally on Russian people, on Slovenian people here, on Russian people, and so on. I have turned myself into something I never ever should have. This is why, this is how, okay? And so, I don't know what else to tell you. I can give you a few examples here of emails of my correspondence with Budapest. So you can see What exactly did Slovenian government do about it all? Practically less than nothing. This is her name, Natasha Bergel. And of course, again, the very same thing here. The video about the stolen car. And we had conversation back and forth going because I have attempted to send her also details about the police reports. Funny enough, she was asking me about, and you were not able because it's in Slovenian language, was asking me about, yeah, it's really crazy. She was asking me about addresses of the police stations where I have filed police reports. And so, you know, I gave her the addresses of the police stations, and also I attempted to give her more than that. I attempted to give her direct police case numbers, names of the people, so this Hungarian police would also not waste time searching for details about my vehicle, so she could directly refer herself to them. And guess what? In the end, she turned herself against me. Because her email would not accept the quota, data quota, the amount of data, if you like. It was rejected. And so we went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I gave her the information, everything I did. In the end, she told me I don't have to worry about anything because she's not going to do for me absolutely anything. And so the next step that I did was, I didn't stop there. I went further and I did contact it. Slovenian government, as you see, government, Slovenian embassy also in Budapest. Well, I don't actually have the words for these people, absolutely any. So, nobody wants to help, nobody wants to do absolutely anything. And now they're gonna demand from me, because the insurance is gonna expire on the 24th. I don't really know what is it you can see here. This is embassy. This here is this one, and this is from Slovenian government that was also sent to them. So I have spent I don't know how much money just on calling her. This was the first email that I have sent her to the Budapest. She promised my mom that she will assist when we were all three on the phone together. You can see here the police reports and everything I have sent her, and everything was later on declined to me due to reasons I have previously stated. This is pretty crazy, pretty insane. I don't know what to tell you. Torturous, more than anything, totally torturous, totally illegal, criminal. Law is totally violated, raped. And I don't have any rights, any money, anything. Because if I had one, I'd hire me an attorney and totally press charges against Hungarian state. This is nothing else than criminality. Neo-Nazism is what this is. I don't have any other words for this. What else can I show you? Maybe I can show you this here. This is from my insurance company, where they are suggesting me that within the week my insurance is going to expire. And this was done 3 days ago, and it is true. Actually, registration is going to expire on the 24th. And by 24th, I would have to appear myself at the local department of vehicles here in Novo Mesto, etc., etc., etc. Just for my not giving them automobile tags. This is what Hungarian government, Putin, have cooked. So, you know, there's a limit where you keep silent about these things, and, you know, then you say to yourself, hey man, this is getting stupid. This isn't going in the right direction. I mean, these people have no they have no soul, you know, just like neo-Nazis didn't have any. So that's about the same case with obviously also with the Putin. I have called Putin out and asked him publicly to denounce this neo-Nazism, to accuse United States of the neo-Nazi politic, to accuse European Union of neo-Nazi politic, because by Germans ran European Union and United States, both Nazis are scapegoating Russia. They are accusing Russia of being aggressive and even of meddling in US elections illegally. And Vladimir Putin have not done absolutely anything about it. Obviously, the whole picture is, on the long run, is going to hurt Russia tremendously. Not only me, therefore, I don't have absolutely any loyalty to shit like this. Let me put it that way. This is a very disgusting way, the way he's doing the politics. But yeah, still, I love Russia, I love Russian people and so on. But this is the situation. So if you have not, it really is interesting. I suggest you guys to go over this post that I have made today on my news site, also Times, and read over this letter. Actually, the news posted, because it's explained inside of that news that my cousin from Austria, from Villach, they have planted him Hungarian girl with whom he got married. Was a truck driver, went to Italy, and he met this girl. The two got married. She got into the family. The next thing you see is, but look, it was not her fault. ORBAN used her to get literally into our house here in Novo Mesto in Slovenia, just as Schwarzenegger have used my cousin to get in this very house. So the parents would not freak out and say no, etc., etc. So they found their way. They manipulated people with false promises. It's going to be about the money, this and that. They fucked my life up. They ruined my life up. I mean, I'm 46. It's going to be in 2 months. And let me tell you, I don't know if I ever lived in this world at all. This is what they have done. Even according to George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, when MK Ultra started, when things went on, and they start through the terror and goes on, and then they start to suggest you, if you want to make a money and you're going to make a money and this and that, and they lie to you how you're going to make money and how long the ordeal is going to last, because you ask them, what are you talking about? And logically you ask them, but how long are you going to pay this and that? And they lie. Everything is clouded. Even according to these people, they have suggested like 3-4 years, something like this. Let me explain something. I came to the US in year 1995. It's now 2017. You're talking about not 4 years or 3 years. You're talking about 12 years of life they ruin. And no matter what you do, you try to run away from them. You go to other countries to apply for political asylum. They stalk you, they go after you, and they ruin your life, and they prevent you blacklist you from obtaining employment, etc. They want you dead. You don't want to cooperate. You want to have nothing to do with them. These people make sure that you will comply with the MK Ultra, or you can freely go and jump off the bridge. Now let's go and see the video, which I have not included in this post here. And so you will see what exactly was provided to Hungarian government the very next day that I have filed the first police report already. I have given them this very video and have never heard from them at all. I mean, you're talking about what, 7 months? Okay, 7 months have not heard from these people. Over 7 months, 7 months, 2 weeks. Impossible that you would find from so many job offers hidden this email, and impossible to believe that this email would actually be legitimate, that this would be admitted by the court as, you know, as the legal tool, enforcement tool against somebody. I mean, I believe the physical letter is a must. I mean, this car was worth at least 2,000 euros, and it's stolen, and in the end they're gonna put me, I don't know, my mom or me, I don't know, either in the jail or more money, or I don't know what they're gonna do. Well, this is the map from the city, more or less, where it's located, where parked was car. And this here, this is from up close, to give you an idea exactly where car was parked. Well, this exactly is the area where I have parked the car. That's a Volkswagen Polo 2001. It's an older car, and you can see right now, I'm going to show you that basically right where one of these cars here, one of these two, and it was parked exactly like this car that you see, this Honda, whatever that is, backwards. That exactly is the same position that I have parked the vehicle. And if you look, yes, there are cameras everywhere, and right across the street there is a bank which I have used to open the account that very day as soon as I arrived back from Hungarian immigration on Buda Foki 60. So I'm gonna show you there is a bank right there, basically, right there. Well, so this pretty much is the area, just to give you an idea where this thing is. It's in the back. It's in the back of this second parking lot. I'll see the address. I'll give you exact address. I should give you. You already have one on the report. I think I did give you on the report. I did supply you with the address. So on one of these two parking spots, my vehicle was parked. And there is no sign whatsoever, anything that would suggest that the vehicle would be improperly parked or the vehicle not supposed to be parked there. It is extremely unusual that you would actually have, out of, I don't know, 1,000 cars or more, my vehicle towed away. And that was the day when I attempted to file political asylum in Budapest against, Slovenia. So that is a huge issue. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly how that vehicle, how my car looked like. Well, this is my little car, and there is a tag number right there, and so it's the same color like this. So pretty much you can't go wrong with it. Thank you so much.